So the other day we got the news that Elon Musk might actually be on the outs with Donald Trump. Now, I'm skeptical of that. And I'm skeptical of that because there's already been 5 or 6 different opportunities where Trump could have and should have broken up with him, and he didn't. And to me, that's fishy. To me, that looks like they have some sort of a backroom deal where they have to sort of stay together, right? Elon gave Trump $270 million to win the White House, basically bought the fucking White House for him. They also, I'm sure all the tech bros, the broligarchs, helped him launch his crypto scam coin, which, you know, he's in debt to them over that because they made him millions and millions of dollars like that. So I think there's some sort of a deal here where Trump said to them, look, you do this for me, and in return, I'll let you fucking plunder the government and loot the treasury and slash whatever regulations you like. Even though it's totally illegal and unconstitutional, nobody's going to stop us, you're going to do it. And that's where I think we are, right? But Elon, in the eyes of the public, has undeniably become a massive freak. He's become a massive loser. He's incredibly despised. He's super awkward. He has no charisma whatsoever. He regularly shoves his foot in his mouth. Like, he's an anti-politician in many respects. Politicians have to be smooth enough to, like, bullshit you in an effective way. He's incapable of it. He's the world's richest man. He regularly says things that are not, there's 200-year-olds getting Social Security and we're going to cut out the fraud. And like everybody immediately is like, that's not true. Every news outlet is like, that's not true at all. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So he's just been pounded day after day, just knocked out cold. And so there was a referendum on him with that Supreme Court race that we just had in Wisconsin. And it was a resounding loss for him. The Republican lost by double digits, even though Elon tried to buy that race for him. And Elon did a big event there and tried to steal the election, giving out $1 million checks and shit. That was the American public going, fuck you. And the horse you rode in on. Stop cutting the CFPB, the anti-scam police. Stop cutting the Department of Education. Stop stealing everybody's data. You know, stop cutting the nuclear safety officials. Stop slashing pediatric cancer research. That was the American people going, fuck you. Trump is smart enough to see, they really don't like this guy. Right? And so that's why the White House came out. After the loss, the White House comes out and says, he's going to be a little more in the background now. Right? Now, again, I'm skeptical that they're actually going to break up. I'll believe it when I see it. I think he'll still be doing his Doge shit and deleting agencies and whatnot. But they know that the optics of him are unsalvageable. Okay. So now he did an interview. Elon did an interview the other day. And he broke with Trump on tariffs. Interesting. Let's listen.
I hope that I hope that the United States and Europe can establish a very close partnership. We obviously are, there's an alliance already, but I'm hopeful that there can be a very close relationship with America and Europe. And I'm hopeful, for example, with the tariffs, that at the end of the day, I hope it is agreed that both Europe and the United States should move, ideally, in my view, to a zero tariff situation, effectively creating a free trade zone between Europe and North America. That would be that's what I hope occurs.
So I'm sure begging Trump for exemptions for Tesla, because there's a lot of business Elon does with China. And so I'm sure he was begging for exemptions. We haven't seen those exemptions yet, right? Here he is saying, I want totally unfettered free trade, at least with Europe. So this is Trump slapping tariffs on fucking everybody, including Europe, right? So this is the first real public break that we've seen, right? The first real sign of like, no, I actually like totally disagree with him on this. All right, what will come of it? I don't know. Remember, Elon did buy Trump the White House. Remember, Elon and his broligarch buddies did set up Trump's scam coin and make him even more wealthy. Remember, like, there are probably deeper corrupt forces at work here, but this is the first sign of a little bit of a breakup in public, if you will. Now, the other point I cannot get out of this segment without making, guys. Weird. Why is it you want unfettered free trade, but really you only single out Europe? Well, a different part of this interview will really sort of explain that for you. Here's Elon Musk giving an explicitly white nationalist argument.
The mass immigration is insane and will lead to the destruction of any country that allows unfettered mass immigration. That country will simply cease to exist. At the end of the day, it is a numbers game, a numbers situation. If there are 8 billion people in the world, and let's say you're a country of, 50 million, 60 million, or for a medium-sized country, but even for a country like the United States, which is 350 million, given that there are 8 billion people in the world, it only takes a few % of the rest of the world to move to the country to where it is no longer that country. A country is not its geography. A country is its people.
Just an explicitly blood and soil argument. Explicitly blood and soil.
This is a fundamental concept that is really obvious. I mean, if you took the people of Italy and you teleported the people of Italy to, say, some part of the United States, it would still be Italy.
No, they become Americans. There were so many Italian immigrants that came to this country through Ellis Island, and they became Americans. Just like with the Irish. Just like with anybody who's fucking come here. They become Americans. There's this thing we have here which is called a melting pot. And there's this other thing we have where we are not a fucking ethno-state, or at least we're not supposed to be an ethno-state, where we don't give a fuck about your skin color or your eye color or your religion or whatever. And you become an American, part of American culture and American society and the American economy. He does not view it like that. He does not view it. He views it in a blood and soil, eugenics, fascist way. Gee, I wonder why it's only Europe he wants free trade with. That's a hard one. Let me try to figure that one out.
But if you teleported a bunch of people from some other part of the world to Italy, where they're telling people no longer because they've been teleported to America, then the region, the geographic region, would no longer be Italy. It would be that other country. A country is its people, not its geography.
What does Elon consider part of the American people? Who does he consider truly American? He's a fucking South African billionaire. He's a South African billionaire who illegally stole our entire government and is doing whatever the fuck he wants from it. Wants to it, right? So what is it that makes somebody magically American? Guess what skin color they are, right? And remember, he's from South Africa, from a literal Nazi family, right? Had apartheid supporting family members. This is the situation he grew up in, right? And this is what he wants: a white nationalist country. That's what he wants, a white nationalist country. And it's not even fucking subtle, right? That's why he went to the AfD in Germany, far-right fascist party, and he was like, keep Germany German. In other words, it's an explicit argument against the idea of a melting pot. It's an explicit argument in favor of valuing somebody's ethnicity above all else, right? That's what it is. And so this is why, free trade with Europe. Interesting. So Europe is the only one that comes to mind when you think of how you want free trade. All right, well, there you have it. There are some cracks in the foundation. Will anything come of it? Look, we will know if and when Trump actually fully breaks up with Elon and throws him under the bus in a very public way on Twitter or whatever, right? That's when we'll know, there wasn't a deal between them, right? Then in that scenario, it would be a case where Elon bought his way into the government by buying Trump the White House and giving him the $270 million. But Trump really fell for the Elon shtick and the PR and the marketing, and he's this mega genius or whatever. And then he just became more trouble than he was worth, right? It's possible that Trump has Joe Rogan syndrome, which is like just total cuckoldry to Elon Musk. Oh, my puny brain can't possibly understand how brilliant you are. It's possible Trump is actually like that. And if Trump eventually breaks up with Elon, then he was under Elon's spell and he just woke up from it. But if he never breaks up with him, and this is all just minor disagreements, and he's slightly in the background, but he's still doing his thing, then there was some sort of a deal. So we'll find out very soon. But even when he's expressing something which dissents from Trump, which is correct to say, hey, all these tariffs may not be the best idea, bro. Even when he's doing that, he can't help but shove his foot in his mouth and let everybody know, I'm a fucking Nazi. That's what he's letting everybody know. I'm a fascist. That's what he's letting everybody know. He makes it really clear. There's a reason why he always virtue signals with 1488, the fucking white nationalist words. There's a reason why he's responded multiple times to outright Nazis on Twitter saying, you have told the actual truth. Like, this is who this guy is. The multiple Zig Heils didn't fucking give it away for you? Well, how about every other week going on some show and arguing for a blood and soil eugenics version of society? A white nationalist version of society. That should be a giveaway, don't you think? Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.